listen, when you're watching the Steelers and you're wondering, how far this team can go, and you're seeing how they're rallying around Justin Fields, it seems like it, when you're watching that game against the Raiders,
Yeah.
I'm not seeing his lack of operating the offense that significantly. I'm just thinking that this is his team. Or on top of it, it's TJ Watt's team.
Well, yes,
dude,
yes.
Those two Peanut Tillman punches he had,
dude, he changed
against
that
the Raiders,
whole game.
He's Defensive Player of the Year right now, and certainly, unfortunately, with Aiden Hutchinson out for the rest of the season, TJ Watt is on another planet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a big favorite. Chris Jones, Will Anderson next.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. And those guys are deserving to be in the same mention. But the reason why we're bringing this up with the Steelers, and why I'm talking about Justin Fields, is Russell Wilson's getting first-team snaps.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Pelissero.
Tommy P.
Says the plan is to get Wilson first-team reps in practice, putting him in line to make his season's debut starting on Sunday night. This whole business about Justin being out there is just because Russ was always not available.
Phew.
And apparently that wasn't just Mike Tomlin giving you talking points and trying to cover tracks. So, of course, it's Tuesday, which means it's a Tomlin Tuesday. Tomlin was asked if the first-team reps being given to Russell Wilson means that Russell Wilson might just start on Sunday night. Hit it.
We're going to determine that as we get closer to tomorrow. We got some more strategic meetings today, but I'll acknowledge that Russ proved his health last week, man, and we're looking hard at it this week. It is up for consideration.
It is up for consideration.
Black and gold. Here we go.
Let me just tell you something.
Yeah, Russell Wilson is starting.
Let me just tell you something. Let me just tell you everybody something. The folks in Stamford, Connecticut right now, home of NBC Sports. Again, I slept through this game.
Cartwheels.
Because it started at 1 a.m. London time on Sunday night, and those words did, in fact, set my right eye into fluttering and twitching. But the Giants and the Bengals might have just been putting karma in the jar. Because if Russell Wilson gets his first start as the Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback after Justin Fields won 4 of his first 6 starts, and has been somebody who is running and throwing and doing some running that puts the ball in the end zone, and you're seeing the run game also come about. You might be complaining a bit in Steeler country about the passing game, but the run game against the Vegas Raiders was on point. Najee's bulldozing people, and personally, again, I'm not an all-22 guy. I think Justin Fields is part of the threat of running that you're not going to get with Russ. But if Russell Wilson gets his first start as a Steeler after Justin Fields goes 4-2, and everybody wants to see how this is going to play out, if the NBC gets that on top of Devontae Adams' debut as a Jets wide receiver in the same game, that's what we call a bonanza. Like they're like wondering. The only thing that's missing is there any way to get Taylor Swift to the game?
All right.
Okay. I is there any possible way? Can she just suddenly be interested in the Watt family too, just for a split second?
Oh man.
Just like.
Creating a divide already.
No. I'm just like, she'll just have an interest in the Steelers just for just get her to the game. As if the Steeler Nation tuning in to see what Russ looks like and if they've made the right move and if he struggles, what now?
Oh, jeez, right.
Okay. That whole 24/7, 365 sports talk bonanza that Mike Tomlin does not give a rat's ass about and will make this decision based on what he sees in practice. If that happens, and the same night the Jets unveil their new look situation with Davante Adams wearing green for the first time for the New York market, ka-ching. That's what they're right now. They're in Stamford, Connecticut, having meetings just like the Steelers are having meetings.
Yep.
And while the Steelers are going over strategy, NBC Sports executives are like, "Can you believe this?
Did you see what you said?
This is what's going on."
It's almost like they won't flex that game. The string.
What do you think? What do you think the Yinzers are thinking about this back home? TJ,
that is a great question, man. Because I haven't really gone on Steeler Twitter lately, for whatever reason. I take that back. I was on Steeler Twitter the first half of the game, and it was people in an uproar. The offense wasn't moving. You know, we can't run the ball, blah, blah, blah. And then they get the win. You know what I would have done to have gotten the win on Sunday?
Yes.
Okay? You know how excited by any means necessary? That's the thing about Steelers fans. They got it good, and they don't understand how good they got it.
Well, no, but I understand that they're like, well, we struggled for a half against Aiden O'Connell, and we're not moving the ball and whatever. And then T.J. Watt to the rescue, including one on a goal line. I mean, but that's part of what the Steelers do, man.
Yeah.
Is we're going to have Patrick Queen in hour number 3 as they play defense. That's a large part of their calling card to set up how they can play offense. You know, it's just you're going to start playing a different style and a different playbook. Question is it more expansive, the playbook, because of Russ, or is it less?
I would think
because
it might be more.
You would think he'd bring a wealth of veteran knowledge that Justin Fields currently does not possess, but a physical skill set that he does not possess that Justin Fields brings to the table.
Right.
And it's also 6 games in. You're going to start switching things up right now. Making this switch under the auspices of he's the starter we always wanted. We planned on it. We told you the reason why he's not the starter, or we're even going to even consider him being the starter, is because he's not available. He's now shown himself to be physically available. We're seeing enough out of him in that moment to give him a look-see in practice and start thinking about starting him and switch it all up. Even with the kid that's starting showing enough to say he's worthy of continuing on with him. I didn't see this plot twist coming, did we? Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku Channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.